My name is Professor Amanda Broderick, and I'm the Vice Chancellor and President of the University of East London. And the University of East London is here in India this week for three primary reasons. So, our first and probably the most important one is to pursue our endeavours in global employability. So, our graduates are graduating from the Careers First University, and our focus is on global graduate employability, not only ensuring that our students get a great degree, but also they've got the skills and the partnerships and the networks and the experience and the competencies to thrive and flourish in their careers. So, number one, it's about global graduate employability, and we work with many industry partners to secure that global employability. For example, Siemens, who are here today. Secondly, it's about the connection between academe and industry to advance innovations. So today it's all around sustainable innovation. Again, for example, it's our sugarcrete innovation that has been developed, created, invented at the University of East London and is being put into practice with industry partners here in India. And thirdly, it's about academic partnerships. So working very much in partnership with a variety of Indian academic institutions. For example, one notable partnership is the B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, where we provide Turing Scheme placements. And these placements enable Tamil Nadu students to experience the UK's work culture while enhancing their skills in high demand industries, again, preparing them for global careers. So, global employability, academic partnerships, and putting innovation into practice.
I'm the Dean of the School of Architecture, Computing and Engineering. I'm also the Vice Provost for Technology. So all the environmental sustainability related research mostly would be have done in my school, what we call School of ACE. So sugar crate, basically we use the sugarcane waste biogas to make construction materials. Like the gentleman, Mr. Suna has to actually introduced early on, we invented this, this research, this product, and it was nominated for the Institute Prize, which Prince William, the Prince of Wales, checked that scheme, and we were the finalists, shortlisted. And so, as was mentioned early on, we have done the research, we have the knowledge, we want to really transfer the technology to make it useful to benefit the society. And India, we find the best partner here in India because we already have a lot of contact with India, we have a lot of students, and we have staff like Dr. Hassan Beg was originally from India as well. So we already have that strong link. So once we have that published, then very quickly that information was picked up and we already set up the connection very quickly. So in the laboratory, we know it will work. It will work. That is a small scale. What I think Mr. Sun said early on is how to scale up to benefit society, benefit humanity in the long term. And what we are delighted to see is that they have been doing that, not just as a pilot, it's already working now, build a school, and they actually can produce, I understand, at least 1,000 bricks a day. It's going to be increasing. Particularly, I was really pleased to know that the local villagers, local women staff in particular, they are able to contribute to the society, so to speak. So I was really pleased to hear the Sugar Creek is not just a blow, it's actually a change, contribution to the society, a change for the simple. So thank you very much.
So just to finish that, so sugar construction material that has 5 times less carbon in it than concrete bricks. It is 10 times more insulating than usual bricks and is half the weight of usual bricks. And that's what is being actually used to build new construction, including a school here in India.
We continue to do more on that to build do more tests to make sure it's absolutely standard, high quality. In fact, I must add to say, His Majesty the King, King Charles III, actually came to visit the University of East London last year, and he particularly was interested in sustainability. So he saw the sugar crate and he was very complimentary. I had the pleasure of introducing sugar crate to His Majesty, and he was very keen to ask questions. And so, thank you very much.
So what is the
Artificial intelligence today is empowering us with a lot of data that we can quickly access, process, and analyze. A lot of information is available out there in terms of how we make use of energy in our day-to-day uh, chores, whatever we carry out, or maybe look at things where we are generating energy as well. So, for example, if you were talking about renewable energy technologies like solar energy or wind energy technologies, a lot of predictability needs to happen, wherein AI can really help us, plan, what kind of loading conditions need to be there, how the generation is going to happen, perhaps on the next day. So all this predictive modeling can be very useful through AI. Uh, Again, the data can be very useful for amending our day-to-day behavior as well. So, for example, if there is an AI assistant or a bot that is associated with you as an individual, it which tries to manage, in the best way possible, the energy use that you personally would have. So things like that can really change the overall system of how we generate energy, consume energy, and manage our energy efficiently.
one example of that is we've applied generative AI into excuse me, the Sustainability Living Lab, and that means that we're now able to predict and forecast different energy consumption and how to actually evolve our range of energy provision on university campuses.
Ma'am, that's one part. Second part is, in case a student who's already been doing a course with you, he wants to grow further up, maybe post graduation, the entrepreneurial activities. So what's your take? I would like you
Fantastic.
to answer these three
Fantastic set of questions. Thank you so much for them. So, first of all, you're absolutely right. The next generation is passionate about sustainability. They are wanting to mobilize and enact real change. So, that's really important. We're giving them the tools to enable them to do that, whether that's locally as part of their social networks, for example, through our community garden, even, or whether it's actually being able to access the research data and play in these sandpits of research and innovation. And of course, it's also because sustainability skills are embedded into the curriculum. In terms of advanced postgraduate practice and indeed beyond that into postgraduate research, we have a lot of amazing sustainability related programs. Just as one example, I know David will want to give lots more, but one example, we've got the Siemens MSc Smart Cities, which is such a powerful provision co-created with industry to really drive urban sustainability for the future. And thirdly, on the enterprise, we embed entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship into the curriculum, so much so that our students have the skills to be able to start up their own businesses. I mentioned earlier, University of East London is fourth in the UK as a whole for the number of annual graduate startups, and indeed we have a huge number of startups that are not only still in existence 3 years later, but are growing on huge acceleration and growth. So just annually, the value of our graduate startups are in excess of £6 million. So amazing incubation and acceleration, particularly for green startups.
As a corollary question, there is a general global tendency at large amid student community to resort to the use of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Even it's going to be a project submission or whatever it is, they tend to access information and then reproduce it, reflect it.
Yeah.
Say, how does an academician be in a position to evaluate under such circumstances?
Great question.
That's very, very important, very good question. ChatGPT and LLM, artificial intelligence in general, is out there. And we as a University of East London, we are the first ones to embrace it, to embrace the technology. We are not, well, to be honest, in the very beginning, there were quite a number of universities throughout the world. They were little hesitating, what are we going to do? For example, students are going to use ChatGPT or any other LLM to do the coursework, and then the people worried. No, actually, that's not right, because ChatGPT, in fact, I would not like to use the word intelligence. It is better to say it's actually a huge memory reservoir of the existing knowledge that is already created. And so that is much more advanced than any individual human. We were even joking, say, even Albert Einstein wouldn't have that brain, which is true. So you only use your fingertip, you can retrieve the knowledge. But in the end, human brains are the real intelligence, are the real behind all the innovation, creativity. That's what we want our students to be having the innovation creativity. We say our staff, if the student just learn from online, from YouTube, from ChatGPT, from LLM, and also they do that, also learn from us, there must be a huge difference. If they are the same, that means we have failed as academics. So we must prevent that. So what we have to do as academics is not just University of East London, it's everywhere, is that we need to change our way of assessing students. Now, you cannot just say, describe this process, describe that process. How do you do this? How do you do that? Because to be fair, that can be retrieved from LLM AI quite easily. You need to say, how do you critically analyze? Why did you do that? We even ask the students, look, this is the examination question you're going to have. This is the ChatGPT or Copilot's answer. So tell me, is that answer right? If it is right, why? Can you improve? If it is wrong, why? What is your answer? So that's the way we will assess. But of course, there are still memories as well. If you study law, if you study medicine, you have to memorize something. In which case, that kind of assessment is done in the examination, not in the kind of portfolio and coursework or project. So we implement a kind of collaboration, coursework, teamwork. That's the emphasis.
Thank you. So I mentioned a little earlier about the careers first strategy of the University of East London. We work really closely with industry, with local, regional, and indeed with national governments, both in the UK and indeed in India. For example, in the UK, our home borough, the London Borough of Newham Council, we work across the range of public services in health, in skills and talent development, all the way across to housing and the environment, etc. For for example, you might want to pick up the Sure Start skills with Newham Council in just a moment. In Tamil Nadu, we also work with the regional government. For example, most recently, we brought a group of international students, including our Indian students, to here to work through a series of hackathons with six different industry partners to really think about how we innovate in the sustainability space. And just going back to ChatGPT 4 and AI more generally, are we really going to get to a greener, healthier, fairer world by memory alone? Or is it memory plus innovation and creativity that's going to advance us?
Handsome. Uh, as I was mentioning, the handsome is one of the initiatives that I the government as part of vision of multi-lead economy to enable the the advanced manufacturing landscape in Tamil Nadu. So the TANSM, as was elaborately mentioned, supports the students, industry workforce for their skilling requirements, and provide cost-effective solutions to MSME startups, large-scale industries. Today, about there are 12 MOUs, including 4, which is automotive manufacturing, you all aware, and SGS electronics, electronic OE, and also 10 academia they have signed the MOU. So this signing of MOU indicates very clearly that a balanced industrial development growth, which is one of the vision of government of Tamil Nadu. Like this Transam operated as a hub in Chennai. We create the spokes across Tamil Nadu, a hub and spoke model. We spread across, we enable the spreading of the cost-effective solutions, training, and all other requirements of industrial landscape. The Transam is 100% owned by government as well. It's a wonderful support we have. With that support only we created the entity. And within 2 years, we have trained about 80,000 engineering workforce for Industry 4.0 and other emerging technologies. Remaining 20,000 for ITA students and polytechnic students we have trained. A lot of success cases are there. A lot of MSMEs, a lot of startups they use. The cobot, it was mentioned, is part of Industry 5.0 technology. So one of the startup they benefited this facility and they benefit. There are a lot of success cases.
So the answer is going to take us on East London University. I think it's already being developed by another person here in India, in the Malaysia. So we have at the moment we have no role. Slowly we will try to adapt and apply it to various which has all the components which are going to be used for sustainability in 5.0. 5.0 is sustainability, environmental sustainability. See, whatever industry produces, it should be environmentally also. By 2030, hospitals should not have carbon emission, zero carbon emission. That's the rule. So that is what is going to be enforced. How will you do it? By shifting from a normal industrial work to a sustainable one. So that sustainable model is the industry work.
It also gives us the state-of-the-art facility where our students can come and experience on what do we say, on an artificial simulated environment what actually happens in the industry. That's one way of skilling them when before we send them out to actually in an employable position. So the skills that are developed and also our faculty also gets to understand what exactly happens in the industry. So it's not just for the students, it's also an empowerment or an upskill for our faculty also. There are also areas where we work with research institutes because some certain research funding research proposals or research funding that we work with Tansen, where some of the facilities that are available in Tansen, we utilize it for our faculty to do research. These are the various ways that we are associated with Tansen, and this is today we have an MOU signed basically for setting up this Center of Excellence.
Look here.
Thank you.